And we're going to snack on donuts as well when we do that. But of course, as we've been chatting with Frankfort Mayor Layne Wilkerson, and in addition to doing some taste tests and talking about records with us this morning, we got some cool stuff to talk about with the city, right?
Well, there's other things to talk about.
I think so.
Well, no, I must say this is a treat to come in and have treats. I didn't expect this, this is. I'll just put off my.
We felt like you'd be game for it.
Right, just one more day of holiday eating.
Yeah.
Now I can pretty much do anything. This is a cheat day.
This is it.
I can do this.
Okay.
No, I think this has been a great year, I think, for the city in terms of this. We've got a new commission. Well, they're not new any longer. We've been here for almost a year working together now, and I think things are running pretty smoothly in terms of, very smoothly in terms of the dynamics of the commission and in City Hall. We're just trying to improve things every day a little bit better. Some of the big things we're focusing on is, I'll tell you, my focus is modernizing our operations, and that's, and how do we do things more efficiently in the age of information that we're in now, and AI and technology improving dramatically, exponentially every year. How do we bring that into City Hall and do more with less, and deliver more services to our residents? In some ways they're our clients. We got to make sure that we're delivering a good value here in Frankfort, and to that end, we're looking at not only additional ways to generate revenue, non-tax revenue, so we're not having to increase taxes, and also just become more efficient. Just last meeting we were able to uncover, after we created a finance committee a couple of years ago, and that committee has been very instrumental in analyzing some of the accounts that we have, and we realized that in one account, or two accounts, that we just had too much money, and these are restricted accounts like workers' comp and a health insurance fund, and they're earning interest, they're making money. It's not like they're sitting dormant, but we were able to reposition almost $2.7 million from those accounts into our general fund, and some of that would go into reserves, some of that we can use for a longer term investment. So that's something we haven't decided on what we'll do yet, but looking at 2026, that will be one of the things. And that's just one example of some of the, just looking at everything with I guess a fine-tooth comb, if you will, and making sure we're doing everything we can to maximize our dollars.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
One thing that, in addition to trying to make things better for the residents of Frankfort, you all are also working on initiatives with employees of the city of Frankfort as well. One takeaway I remember from either the most recent meeting or the meeting before that, you guys had back-to-back Mondays to try to avoid the holiday, which was smart. But one initiative was like a volunteer incentive for City of Frankfort employees. I thought that was pretty cool.
It is. It's something that I think would set us apart in a competitive situation. I don't think that would be the reason somebody would go.
But it's just like an added.
Right. But it's an added benefit where we do have paid. We already have paid time off for voting and blood donations, and now that we're going to allow if we prove it, 8 hours of paid time off throughout the year to volunteer for a nonprofit within the city of Frankfort.
We do that here at the plant board.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's probably that's a great place to work. One of the reasons it's a great place to work. Yeah, I forget Zach goes to every meeting just about. So
so he's on the know, and
he knows just as much as
we can have him do the mayor's
Right, he could do. Thanks for bringing that up. He reminder. Yeah, just that's one thing. Again, it's we talk about sustainability, and it's not just financial sustainability or environmental, but it's also your talent and making sure you keep good people in place. So
you want to keep them happy. You want to keep them healthy, and You want them to feel like they're a part of doing something good for others.
Exactly. It's a calling. And
it is.
I think working for the city of Frankfort, that's what I hope, at least. I hope that our staff we don't want them to feel like it's just a job. It's, you're helping serve the community that hopefully you live in, or you feel good about Frankfort. And again, we want it to be a calling. And if you're taken care of from a human resources side, that makes you happy. You'll be more productive, and I think productive people are happy people, and vice versa.
Right, right. And just the feeling that you're a part of something that's making change.
And that's what I do think. We are working on some big things here in Frankfort, and I want City Hall and our staff to really be excited about some of these things, and that they are a part of something big. I've talked about it many times on the show, particularly over the last year, the transformation that's happening. We've seen a remarkable amount of private investment in Frankfort, and we've seen new businesses start. We've seen new developments start. And I think in 2026 is when you're really going to see some of these things start to bear fruit. We're expecting this year for the new Target's supposed to open. We'll see more progress back in that area. And for me, the biggest thing is if we can get new housing built in Frankfort, that's going to be the key. I'm convinced that if we had more housing, there's enough demand there that we would be able to a developer who's willing to do it's they're gonna make money on this if they can do it right. And I think in that area out there by Franklin Square, potentially more housing. We have the area downtown where the parcels are, the old Y and the Civic Center spot. There should be housing there eventually. And then also the city of Frankfort, we are partnering with a nonprofit, the Banyan Foundation, to put affordable housing in the Shinkle Lane area where it meets with the Thornhill bypass. So where the big sewer projects going on. If you see,
huge.
It's a lot of rock up there. There's a lot of acreage up there, and we've dedicated 5 acres of that to go for this new project. And that should be they're going to submit their application for. You get tax credits for that, and there's some benefits that they're going to apply for. The nonprofit is, and that'll be in 2026 as well. So, a lot of these things, it's a domino.
Well, it's all
keep
connected. It's like when we get more housing, we can get more people, and when we get more people, we attract more businesses. And the more businesses we have, the more successful we all are. I know we are at the plant board, and more people, more businesses. So it's like they say, the rising tide raises all boats. So let's keep the tide rising.
Exactly. And I keep saying it. You keep our foot on the accelerator and keep pushing through, because as good as things have been in the last couple of years, we just can't take that for granted, and we need to keep pushing forward so that it's irreversible. This momentum. And to that end, we're also working on. We want to get an inventory of all the properties that really need attention and need to be revitalized, and that's going to be a real area of focus, whether it be downtown or whether it be one of the commercial centers that maybe are underperforming.
Okay. Well, I was driving. I had to deliver some stuff the other day, and I was driving down Home Street, and every time I see the farmers market, I'm like, man, that looks good. So I'm excited to see what they do with it when that opens there.
And that's another example. That's an investment that the city partnered. Thankfully, the farmers market they bought into the idea of moving, because I know that was not an easy change. That was something that. Well, really, we had one of the most successful farmers markets in the state. I think they're top 5 in terms of revenue. And don't quote me on that, but I just said it out loud on the TV. Say it. But they're very successful, and it's one of the best things about Frankfort. And the idea of moving that into, are you going to change? Is it going to make it worse? But I think by making a big investment in the new facility, that people now see, this could be something even better. And that's the idea.
Well, that's great. Speaking of better and improvements, I also drive by the old pick pack all the time, and I see they're making progress on the new fire station. How's that coming?
That's coming along compared to some other projects.
I know.
It's coming along.
It totally is.
It's very speedily there. That is something that should open in 2026. We're looking at the fall of next year. And if you've driven by recently like you have, you already see they've got the scaffolding up to build the tower. That's the 3-story part of that, and it's going to be a nice addition to South Frankfort, and it's a required. This is something that we've been really needing to do for a long time. I think I've mentioned before, that side of the river is where you need a fire station, because we have some of the state's most valuable assets, the Capitol and the annex and all that goes on there. So it really needed to be on that side of the river, and there's just not a lot of good options that aren't already houses or businesses and that don't flood. So that's our spot. So it's going to be a great addition, and we're excited to, I guess we'll do a ribbon cutting on that in the fall of next year.
That would be great.
Well, we're talking about 2026 things. I had a quick question. I hate to put you on the spot, but about the Singing Bridge. I know they had a recent meeting, right? I'm just curious what the next sort of point in the calendar, or what the next sort of step is on the Singing Bridge.
The Singing Bridge, unfortunately, won't be built in 2026, so we won't be doing a ribbon cutting or groundbreaking next year. But I do. This is a time, if anybody has not seen the survey, seek that out and make sure we have your input on that. We had a public hearing the Transportation Cabinet had a public hearing at the library a few weeks ago, and they had 3 options that they were kind of considering, and
floating
I guess,
out there.
And so people can weigh in, and of course you can add comments. I know a lot of people are saying they wanted to sing again, and that's an opportunity for you to say that, and then it'll go through a review process. So next step in terms of the city's involvement is to help the state seek federal funds, and that's so we're going to consider applying for some funds to help do that, and then make sure that the General Assembly understands how important this is to the city of Frankfort, because they have an estimate on what this is going to cost. And it's an estimate, and I know when they actually put things out for bid, sometimes it's a little bit higher than expected, and we just want to make sure that everybody understands how important this is. And do the right thing.
That's right. Do the right thing.
And folks can find that survey probably on the city's website.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the city's website, and I know it's on our social media page as well.
Go for there.
And the state, the Transportation Cabinet as well. They have a project page for this.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, it's been a great 2025, I think, except for the flooding.
Yeah,
that was the low.
It wasn't all rosy this year. Of course, we had the flooding. I'm proud of the response of the city. I know it's a lot of people experience enormous difficulty, and there's people that are still not in their homes. I think in terms of public safety and property safety, we did as good as we could on that. Of course, we learned some things as well. That was let's hope we don't have to go through another flood of that magnitude again.
Right.
And also, I think we've really gone through a period here with we really had to take a hard look at our budget this year, but we've really come through that, and now I think we're well positioned as a city to take advantage of these opportunities in front of us. We've announced some projects. We're working with the county and the county schools to build a new indoor aquatic and/or wellness center. Actually, we have a meeting this afternoon about that with prospective bidders, so we'll see who's kind of interested today. We'll meet them on the site and show them the property. So that's moving along. So hopefully we'll see more announcements there in 2026 about hopefully we'll see what that will possibly look like.
Right. Well,
it's really exciting.
I know, there are some really exciting things to look forward to in 2026.
Yeah, there's so much more, but it's just
well, tell us all about it.
The meeting and event center. We hope to be further along with that, where we can show the public what that's going to look like as well. We're still working with the Commonwealth on that. The state has pledged over $11 million to that project, and we're ironing out the financing with the prospective developer.
Do we know where the site is for that?
We know the possibilities, and those are one of 3 parcels downtown, including where the Civic Center used to be, where the YMCA is now the rock field. That's a big pile of rock, and
Right.
and all that rock's there for a reason. It's
Yeah.
they're gonna, that's eventually going to become a road that's going to cut
straight
through
from
there. So,
Washington.
right.
Yeah.
And then the potential for the old farmers market site where it just moved from. One of those three were in the RFP.
Okay.
So once that's decided, then the rest of those pieces can fall into place, which will, the original plan was for mixed use development, which what that means is there's some commercial on the ground floor probably and residential on the upper floors, and maybe some condos, townhouses, apartments. There's a possibility other things could go in that, but reality is residential is what's needed, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
But you see that in lots of places. Not that this development would be quite like the Summit, but that's one that comes to mind when you think of like storefronts and restaurants in the bottom, and then apartments, lofts, and stuff above it.
Exactly.
And near there, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're expecting more announcements in 2026. So
Yeah.
I hope to be on the show many
For
more
sure.
times.
Well, you've got a monthly slot.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate you all
Yeah.
making time for me and making time for Frankfort and being there. I can't tell you enough how much Frankfort Plant Board means to the community. Cable 10. I think we're very fortunate to have a resource like this to just tell everybody what's going on. When I do have a free moment and I'm at home, invariably if I do turn on TV, I'm looking to see what's on Cable 10 to see if I can find, I don't know, maybe hopefully not watch one of our old meetings, but I don't like to watch myself.
Been there.
But maybe it's an old football game or a pageant or something.
There's all kinds of
Old
stuff.
Christmas parade we've been
Yeah,
running,
you never
and-
know what you're going to
So
find.
the plant board does that, and they show up at night and work in the rain overnight. And
Yeah.
I got to say kudos for the South Frankfort water main break last night.
Yeah.
I was driving home from. I went to the Frankfort High basketball game, pouring down rain,
Yeah.
and I saw the flashing lights there. And
Yeah.
of course, at that time, I didn't know what it was, but
Yeah.
just seeing everybody working out in the rain,
It's not fun.
not fun.
It is not
I didn't
fun.
want to get out and check on what they were doing. It's like I trust what they're doing,
Yeah.
and they're gonna do a good job.
They got it done.
And I saw this morning,
Yeah.
advisories lifted. So.
Yep. So
Or is it not? It's water boil.
well, the water
boil.
service has been restored.
Right.
Yeah.
Boil your water. Right.
Yeah.
You're
So
still
now
doing
boil
that.
your water if you're going to
Boil
drink it. You
your
can
water.
shower in it and stuff like that. But we do look forward to everything coming up in 2026. I
Yeah.
know personally I'm excited to see what all is going to come to the paddocks
Yeah.
and all the opportunities that are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're just going to keep trying to do the best for Frankfort that we can, and do it as fast as we can,
Yeah.
and make everybody proud to call this capital city our home.
yeah.
Yeah. Mayor, we appreciate you for being here. Before we let you go, why don't you dig in and try a couple of those donuts there?
I
Maybe
had
take
a
a few on the
donut.
road if you
It
want.
needs hot chocolate.
It needs hot chocolate.
Those are dippers, I think.
These,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a trick. It's just you have to eat. I don't know. It's the crunch of the. It's not a crunch,
Yeah.
but it's that texture.
It's harder, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah, those
Mm-hmm.
are dippers. They need hot chocolate.
Oh, they are good, though.
Yeah, they're good.
I do like them.
It's sugar.
It is. It's just sugar.
It's the best.
We got a desk full of sugar here. Couldn't be
We do.
happier.
Well, we
Merry
appreciate
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Merry
to
Christmas.
everyone out there in Frankfort,
Yes.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
Hope
whatever you
that-
celebrate. Happy New Year.
Yep.
Yeah, have a great time with family and friends, and we'll start the new year in a couple of weeks.
That's right. All right, we're going to check in on weather and see what it looks like here over the weekend and maybe into Christmas next week. So we'll see on that. But we've got Ashley Cade from the ABC 36 Storm team. Let's check out what the weather looks like this weekend.